Hey Taurus, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. We're starting off with Ace of Wands and Queen of Cups. Okay. This is going to be an opportunity for you to put your nurturing / creative energy to good use. It's like something that you can give your love to. Your love, your care, your devotion. All right. Five of Pentacles and Four of Swords I'm seeing coming out. This can mean that you're in a situation right now that's like not feeling ideal. It can be that you need to rest physically or that you need to rest mentally. You can be going through some type of hardship right now. It feels like making sure that you're taking care of yourself at this time is very important, and also like grounding as much as possible and tuning in just during a time when it can be particularly difficult for some reason. I'm seeing a couple different circumstances that can be playing out, but more than anything, it feels like trying to stabilize yourself while you're going through that thing to not make matters worse. Definitely a sort of keeping more to yourself right now vibe that I'm seeing. I get the feeling of you sort of keeping to yourself to not get caught in the crosshairs of something. I'm seeing Hermit and I'm seeing Seven of Wands, which can be you taking a big step back and going into your like corner of the room, but there can be other things that are sort of coming at you. This can be like, I need today just to myself, and you have a bunch of people reaching out to you, like asking you to do things. It can also feel like there's stuff that you have to do as well. But this feels like I need this time to myself, and I need to protect that and not let anything sort of permeate this, because I need this for myself right now. There can be reflecting, you finding answers, you sitting with things, just keeping to yourself. Can feel like you need to be alone right now. Okay. I'm seeing you moving into a space that feels more reflective of something that you can like give your love to, and nurturing and creativity. I'm seeing the Empress come out here, which is Venus. I get the feeling of moving in the direction of something where you can, like the stuff that you like to do or you enjoy or connected with the skill set you have or a skill set that you want to hone in on. I'm seeing you move towards those things, like things where you can be like creative or just give your energy in a way that you want to and feel more connected with that part of yourself. Which feels in turn like it also allows you to maybe not participate in something anymore that when you look at it, you're like, I feel like this is not the job for me. It's that type of thing. But this can be from an emotional standpoint. Like maybe you're involved in something and like, I don't know, maybe you give really great advice and you're in a situation where you feel like that's not really somewhere that you can do that. So you want to sort of go in a direction where that can be nurtured, where you can sort of give that, because you can look at it with the Empress here. You can be like, that's my thing that I do. You don't have to have one thing, you can have many things to do, but this feels like stuff that comes from the heart and ways that you express yourself as it relates to that, and things that you can nurture and things that can grow and things that have like potential and that type of thing. There may be something potentially that you could look at and be like, I don't think that there's anything for me to do here with this, and I want to be somewhere where I feel like I'm doing something or giving something. It feels like that, or nurturing something, or caring about something, or caring for something. Being able to touch that part of myself that sort of needs that. I get that sort of thing. What is the deal with the Seven of Swords? All right. Seven of Swords and King of Pentacles can be somebody that is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Maybe that's part of the situation that you're in, that you don't want to be in anymore. Eight of Cups and the Empress feels like you could find yourself in a situation that doesn't like appreciate you for what you give, and you can feel like whatever your thing is as the Empress, like whatever your Venus energy, the way that it likes to connect and express itself, you can be in a situation where it's sort of lost on that, and that can feel very dissatisfying for you because of wanting to be like received, or wanting to connect with that thing that you do. Having Seven of Swords and having King of Pentacles can be somebody in some type of leadership role or a role of responsibility, but Seven of Swords can be them not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like somebody has a very specific job or jobs or roles that they play, and Seven of Swords can be doing things that are unethical, or just doing stuff that they're basically not supposed to be doing. I'm seeing it be in this context where you can even feel like now at this point it just can reinforce that you don't want to be in this position anymore. I even get the feeling of looking at something and being like, my talent is being wasted here. It can feel like that. Or there's nothing for me to do with it. How about that? I'm seeing the Hanged Man over there. All right. As far as potential goes and as far as opportunity goes, having Ace of Wands, start off with Ace of Wands, which can be a door that opens. Hanged Man can potentially be you surrendering something because it doesn't feel like a right fit for you. As much as it is an opportunity, you can look at it and feel like maybe it's not the right thing for you because you're still not getting like what you need from it, or you're not doing what you want to do with it. You know, if you have a certain way that you want to show up and you can't apply it to this situation, you can be left feeling very disconnected. You know, like, what is my purpose? I feel purposeless being here because the reason that I'm here and what I'm doing, like, I can't do that here. That's the feeling that I get from this, because I'm seeing there be this side of you that it's really important that this is nurtured and that it participates in the things that you do. And if you're doing something where it's not able to participate, you can feel disconnected from that part of yourself that keeps you connected with the rest of the universe. And you can be looking for something where you can expand upon that part of yourself, where you get to put it into play and like be creative or be nurturing or be in touch or be in tune and feel a sense for what it is that you're involved within. And in a place that feels like there's an abundant amount of that you can tap into, that you can connect with. Eight of Cups will feel like so empty, you know? Like Queen of Cups, this person, it's like there's a whole ocean here, a vast ocean that they can connect and fill their cup with. Over here, it's very empty. And if you're the type of person that you need to fill your cups in a certain way, like you would want that abundance and opportunity and potential rather than something that feels all dried up. So yeah, maybe something felt initially promising, but then didn't feel like that anymore. Five of Pentacles and King of Pentacles feels like I'm in this arena and there are certain things that I'm meant to be doing, but for some reason, like not able to do those things. And you can feel like taking a step back is really the best thing to do here. Some type of reorientation with Hermit and the Hanged Man, and there can also be something that potentially you are going to surrender. This can also be like surrendering control as well. You could have been trying to move things around, but then feel like, is this really what I want things to come to? Is this really what I want to be doing here? And even though there can be challenges that you're facing, you can feel like you'll be at odds with yourself unless you do what needs to be done here, given this situation. I get the feeling that if you allow yourself to think like well of yourself and to think highly and see that you have, that what you bring to the table is valuable, it can allow you to sort of stand up and deal with what needs to be dealt with here. As I said before, I am seeing something that initially when it opened up, it looked like there was potential, and there may still very much be, but Eight of Cups can be like, for what though? If it's feeling like the potential of what it has isn't sort of what you're looking for, like what you would need. It may provide you with other things, but maybe not what's most important to you. Value-wise, having your Venus here shows like what's most important to you, like the things that you prefer, the things that hold weight for you. And having Hermit and the Hanged Man can be thinking about those things. Like, before I stepped into this and saw these things as important, now I'm realizing that there's another part of myself that I need to nurture that's really important, and this situation may not be the place where that can flourish within me, and then I'm going to feel like kind of purposeless within this role, and I don't necessarily want to be doing that. And you can also feel too like maybe somebody or other people aren't doing something that they're supposed to, and you can feel at a loss because of that as well. Like, I even get this feeling of, if you were to potentially do something that felt like you needed to do it for you, so in your soul you're like, this is the empowering thing to do, or like even this is the way that I want to be showing up, I almost see there potentially being like kickback for that for some reason. It's like when somebody's really good at something and then you have other people like start to bully them or something like that. Where maybe you're looking at this and being like, is this the type of environment that I want to be in? And like things can come into question here. And that can even like take you out of your own energy too if you're being influenced by this. It may be something that you don't want to be influenced by, because you could feel like this would just take you apart from yourself. It does feel like all of this stuff is coming up to figure out how you want to address it and what you want to do. And I think that your own self-value is going to play a really big part in this. I am seeing the Death card. There can be a whole ending that's going to happen because of not wanting to maybe participate in this environment anymore. You can just feel like things are not, like it's not the type of environment that you want to be in. And the things that you want to be like recognized for and those things be encouraged and nurtured within you, you can feel like that's not happening here. And so you may not want to, you may want to close out the cycle. Death card is going to be like, I'm completely done with this. Potentially. Like, I'm ready for a big change. And I am seeing the Star on the bottom of the deck. So this can be something that ends up being a really positive influence within your life. Something about feeling like you can't speak up or call something out, or that you can't voice something. That can be something that's being experienced. I wonder if someone else feels like that too, because I'm seeing you more so come out as the Empress, and I feel like somebody else is the King of Pentacles. So with the Death card and with Eight of Swords, Death card is about bringing something to a close. Like, I'm not going to be doing this anymore. I'm going to close the chapter on this and I'm not going to be going back into it. But Eight of Swords can be like, I'm feeling really anxious about doing that. So there can be this feeling of, I know that this needs to be closed out, or that it's supposed to be, or that it should be. But I'm almost feeling stuck because I'm having a hard time with that because of needing to surrender, needing to make the change, or needing to call out this ending. You can also feel too like this would not easily be accepted for some reason. If you were like, hey, I'm not going to be coming here anymore, I'm going there instead. Or just like ending this in general. Eight of Swords can feel like there will be this won't be smooth. That can be like the fear, that can be the feeling, or like the thing that holds me back from doing what needs to be done here is sort of feeling stuck or feeling worried, getting so in my head that I'm not moving forward, and then I'm just feeling drained. I do get the vibe that this is connected with a transition that you're beginning to go through, but I get it being more of a drawn out process than anything. I feel like there's a faster way to do this and a slower way to do this, but because of sort of where you are mentally with things, you may end up taking the long road with this. It just depends. But you can get to a point where you're like, I don't want to be on the long road anymore, and then take a shortcut. It can help you to tap into the energy within you that is more flexible. Yeah, I get the feeling of you showing up somewhere and being like, I'm so drained. You may not want to do something anymore. You can feel like the role that you've been assigned doesn't really resonate with you any longer. And there can also be this feeling of, you know, Five of Pentacles and Seven of Swords can be this feeling of something being unfair, but you can't really do anything about it. I'm not saying that's actually the case, but that can be the feeling about it. Like Five of Pentacles, situation where I'm struggling, this doesn't feel ideal. I don't want to really be in this situation. It's really difficult for me. And it can be this feeling of it's not supposed to be like this. Seven of Swords can be something like shady that's going on, or something like non-direct that's happening, or something that's really hard to call out. And having Seven of Swords lead into Eight of Swords can be this feeling of like something is going on here, like in an underhanded way. But I feel like with Eight of Swords, I can't do anything about it, or I can't say anything about it. And it's making me, for some of you, you're like, I hate this job. Like for some of you, it can be that type of situation. It doesn't only have to be a job, but that's one of the energies that I'm seeing come through strongly here. So yeah, you can be in some type of professional environment and be like, it's time for me to expand and grow, but it can also mean that you're going to have to surrender something, like you're going to have to release something. But you can look at it and be like, it doesn't resonate with me anyway. Like this is not the type of environment that I want to be in. You can feel kind of hopeless about it too at times. The thing with Five of Pentacles is that if we're putting this back into like a space on a micro level individually, Five of Pentacles can be associated with fear, like a part of you that knows it's time for me to surrender, grow, expand so I can move into a next chapter. Five of Pentacles can be like, that terrifies me, and so I'm just going to tell myself that I just have to deal with this. Seven of Swords is that thing going on mentally that reinforces that I have no power to do anything in this situation. And then Eight of Swords is that feeling of, and I'm believing that, and I'm just going to stay stuck here. And then being in the type of situation that you don't really want to be in, but you've convinced yourself you can't do anything about it. And it feels like that's the type of thing that's being thought about here. Having Ace of Wands, I do feel like this is really an opportunity for you to empower yourself by stepping away from something that is no longer in alignment or no longer in resonance with you. It feels very much like you've done what you needed to do there. So maybe even looking at it that way, instead of somebody being like, you're fired, you know, if this is a job, you can be like, I'm gonna fire myself here, you know, like just looking at that and being like, let me use the Eight of Cups as an indicator. Let me use that as being my cue that I'm not meant to be here anymore. And that if I'm honoring that truth within me, it means that things will just have to work out if that's what I do, you know, that type of thing. But there can be a part of you that feels maybe some mistrust with the universe in general of, if I do this thing, even though this is my truth and this is the empowering thing for me to do, is to recognize I'm not meant to be here anymore and to do what needs to be done then. The part of you that doesn't feel trusting of like the universe coming through for you can be like, but it's not going to work out if I do that. I'm just stuck here and I can't do anything about that. And then your shadow being like, yep, that's right. And then you being like, and now I'm stuck. I'm seeing something like that that's going on. And then it leaves you in a position where you don't feel like passion for what you're doing. You can feel like the line of work that you're doing, or just this position in general, it does not resonate with you. And you can feel just really drained by having to do this. You can feel like you'd rather be anywhere else. And it can be like that type of stuff that ends up coming up for you. Hanged Man and Death card both speak about you surrendering control and doing what needs to be done here. But it can be a very difficult thing to do. It's your choice at the end of the day, but just know that it is your choice. You're definitely not stuck, even though it can feel that way. A little faith will go a long way here. You know, like I'm seeing the Fountain when I split the deck. If you are aligned with your truth and moving in that way, regardless of what like scary thoughts are coming up and you're like, it's just gonna have to work out, you will find that those things end up working out. But it can take a leap of faith for you to do that, and it can be really difficult for you to do so. So I'm seeing that sort of be what this comes down to. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I'd like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.